Hello, welcome or welcome back to the Oracle Light Tarot. It's not a coincidence that you found this reading, that you're here with me now. And also, it's Word Wednesday. Yay! Okay. We have a good amount of words here. Actually, I need to double check, make sure we didn't have any last minute words put in. Let me check really quick. Okay, so yes, this looks like what we have, and it looks like we have a very good amount. I'm happy with the words that were selected, and I think I only had to look into one of them, which was, oh yeah, I'm not even going to say the word because I want them to come out. It was actually a person, I guess, a deity. But let's see what messages we have for you today. What messages these words have. What is the message? Oh, I wanted to say also, there's a song coming through for your reading, and I was like, I'm still kind of sleepy. Like, I literally just woke up, got my coffee, and came down here. But there's a song by a group called Metro Station. It's called Shake It. It's the one that is always playing like on TikTok. Or at least my kids are always doing little dances to it. So it's that Shake It. The one that goes shake, shake, a shake, shake, a shake it. When she does it like this, will you do it like that? Something like that. Weird. That song is coming through. When this worked out. Show. That's so weird because it's like I almost don't even remember this being one of the words. Somebody putting on a show or a show playing. You want to be shown how she does it like this. Will you do it like that? I don't know. Yeah, it's coming off as like how. Or how does she? Maybe you're wondering how somebody does something. Unfurled. Okay, so maybe that's part of this unfurling. And I want to say, and then we have care. I want to say this unfurled. I have a video that I did last night for today's April 1st full moon reading. That's also being posted today. It'll actually should be, it's all loaded up. It's just ready to start at 6 in the morning. It's only 5, what time is it right now? 5:35 right now. But this unfurled, there's something about this unfurling coming through. I was talking about it in my reading. Or was that the other reading? I don't know. Maybe it was the other reading, but I was using the... so maybe we'll use this in a second. Okay, I had to turn that HVAC off, but the unfurled was coming through the reading. I think it's when we were talking about the threes, and I was reminded of that right now as I walked up the stairs and turn off the HVAC. It's funny how that always happens. Because on the microwave, I don't know why the clock says 23:33 on that microwave, but it's the threes coming through again. I don't know why I'm reminded reminded of this clock over here. Again, maybe because I'm talking about a clock, but the 2:10, that was coming through. Okay, so there's something about that coming through. Maybe something unfurling, a show. The universe is unfurling and showing something to you. The care. The care is really making me think of how tired I am right now. Maybe you're tired too. Oh, and that's making me think of, and I'm getting cold. And even though I turned off the heater right now, but I swear it was so hot like 5 seconds ago, and I had to take off my robe, and now I'm cold again, and then put it back on. So something about care. I don't know. I'm hearing spiritual care. So spiritual care, okay. Gummy. And Saturn. That's weird. Gummy and Saturn. Lessons. Saturn always makes me think of lessons. Maybe there's something about Saturn in your chart. And then I just realized, Spirit's like, you didn't even pull a card for these 3 words, so let's pull a card. Yeah, it's that 3 coming through again. The 3 of Cups. So friendship, joyful gatherings. Actually, there's 3 people that picked words. 3 people that picked words. Why is she making me think of Ariana Grande? The moon. I feel like Spirit's saying take extra care, okay, during this full moon. Like spiritual care. Maybe you want to take a cleansing, I don't know, bath. Maybe you want to visit water. Maybe there's something about somebody has crystals, maybe. Maybe you lay your crystals out in the moonlight. Some people do that. Looks like there's a fuzzy caterpillar on top of her head about to, I don't know, maybe make a cocoon. Maybe you're doing some meditation. Her eyes are closed. Maybe somebody's basking in the moonlight. But that 3, the energy of that 3 and the emotions. What were we talking about with that yesterday? I have notes. We have the Death in reverse. Looking at these like, why is it in reverse? I'm holding the deck upside down. So there could be some transformation. What's that cocoon that we're talking about? I was like, why is the Death card coming through? So there is a transformation taking place for somebody, which is moving you into the 4s. It's going, because we have 13. So the 4s are going to be like celebration and stability, security. Okay. Recovery. Maybe you're going to retreat and find some recovery or do some kind of contemplating here with the 4s. Looks like a moth. Yeah, it looks like a lot of meditation. So for one of you could have had something happen in your meditation. There's, yeah, this care and cleansing to take care of like whatever the stagnant energy energy is. It could have been something that you birthed for yourself a while back. Let me fix this microphone. Sorry if it's making any noise. It wasn't facing me. Yeah, so there's something about that caterpillar. Or 3 stages. Maybe I have people here that are at different stages with their energy, what you're being shown. Not that one stage is further ahead, because I feel like we go through many rebirths in our experience here. I mean, I've gone through, I want to say the word several rebirths. And I always feel like I'm always learning something new. This lady down here is starting to freak me out, like she could open her eyes at any second. Maybe there's something happening where you're like a little freaked out. Could be experiencing something. I know actually I did last night. I don't know what was going on, but I think I was, I don't want to say, it was very odd. My dreams were very what's the word, noisy, audience. There were voice, there was, yeah, okay. Well, it cut out on me, so that's my cue. Immediately I knew, well, obviously I needed to make room and space. So I feel like there's no coincidences, okay? So, and I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you understand what I'm saying. There are no coincidences, because I feel like you know that what you experience are not coincidences, or you're coming to some kind of realization that, yeah, and that's what that 3 is. It's learning to master. It's like the coincidences, not, and then the 1. It's like you've gone through those stages, right? And you're more of an observer. Why is this happening, instead of like freaking out? Okay, so like to me, whatever's happening right now is like I'm being shown there's a lot going on in this time. It could feel like it's time to cleanse, right? And care. Okay, so maybe you're being shown something's unfurling, and you're like, okay, it's time to do some spring cleaning. Today is the first day, or no, it's not the first day of spring, but it's the first full moon of spring, right? It's Passover also, right? I think. But there's just something very unsettling about her eyes to me. I don't know. Okay. So maybe even somebody could have had a bad dream, okay? Or something feels like a bad dream. Could have even created, you know, something. But that's where Saturn could be with this. This card might even belong to this. But we'll put these words here. And now I'm very aware of your connections, or they're leading. I almost feel like the reading is going to go to here and to here to here. Like it's just they're going to connect in some way. So that's coming through. But yeah, like my phone stopping because I had no more space. I had to clear and make storage. So there's something about that for you also. And also there's like a perfect timing in it. So there's something about that coming through. Perfect timing. Could be doing whatever is happening. You could be doing this for like some kind of protection, right? It feels like the robe that I'm wearing. Looks like she's wearing a robe. Okay. But the gummy, what's the gummy? Maybe something's gummy, sticky, gummy. Maybe it feels that way in your mind. Yeah, like even this could even feel a little gummy. Like, ooh, you know, uncomfortable, maybe. Gummed up. It's all gummed up. Ladies. Oh, okay. And then Spirit's like gum on your shoe, you know? And Spirit's like, where did you... I'm seeing the word trespass. So it's like, I was going to say, where did you walk? But the word trespass is coming through. Like, did you walk? Step into something that didn't belong to you, wasn't yours, something like that. Okay, something like that coming through. Flight messages. Flight messages. Oh, let's pull a card. It's funny, it almost like I don't know which way to go. Like if I pulled, and this was supposed to leave here, and I was supposed to pull another card, but here I pulled this. So like maybe you're feeling flighty. Maybe messages feel flighty. Maybe there's something about messages not making sense. Okay. Or something didn't make sense. It's justice. I'm realizing. No, I'm not. There's some upright and some down. So, yeah, not making sense, maybe unfair, or not balanced, or some kind of karmic consequence to, yeah. So it's like the stepping in. Aligning with, maybe you aligned with something that was just like, no. Where did that come from me? No. But then you're like, there's no coincidences. And then I'm seeing the moon. There's something about sitting with yourself. Maybe somebody sits like this quietly, kind of with their hands in their head when they meditate quietly. See somebody falling asleep. But yeah, maybe something, yeah, it doesn't quite fit, makes sense, or feel like even maybe with like cancer in your head, like you feel like maybe giving up or defeated. Okay, her teeth. This feels like an either or, something like that. Purr, like a cat when they're purring. This kind of reminds me of this energy right here. How the purring feels so good. Like, I don't know, isn't it just so relaxing when you hear the cat purring? I don't know if you have a cat. I don't have a cat. I can't have cats because allergies, but I love cats. And I actually grew up with cats. Teeth, purr. There's something like magical and healing about that purr. And the teeth is coming off as like grit. You know. Either purr through it or grit through it, something like that coming through. Yeah, and then that song's coming through, the Shake It. Metro station drop. Shake it, shake, shake. So when she does it like this, will you do it like that? So something like the way you react to somebody. I don't know. Inward climb. Immediately. Who sings that song? It's a climb. Is it Miley Cyrus? Inward climb. It's a climb. Inward climb. I was seeing somebody, that tunnel I was talking about yesterday, in the tunnel was like a slide I was describing, but you're in it and you decide to go up. So you turn around. Like, you ever climbed the tunnel as a kid? Up the slide? Yeah. It's fun. Do you get in trouble sometimes? Yeah, probably. Right? Because others are trying to come down. Sometimes, and I'm feeling that too, sometimes it's easier to go down, slide, right? And it's fun to go up sometimes. So maybe that's what this is, that gummy situation. The Knight of Emotions, which is the Knight of Cups. Adventure. Just giving like adventure, yeah. And then that climbing, almost like the spiral. The climbing. Somebody's name starts with S. Something about an S. Climb. Yeah, it's the adventure of it, right? The adventure of that climb. And then his feet, he's in the water. Splashing water at his feet. Maybe rinsing off that gummy situation that maybe he found himself in. That spiral became a ladder. Now it's easier to climb for some reason. Why? Because of the emotions, the focus of the emotions, or the realizing, the washing, the rinsing, the cleansing. What is awakening? Oh, it's that heart space energy. It's the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's action and adventure again. Well, this is more like emotional adventure, right? Emotional adventure. Even romance. Hold on. I didn't see that. Maybe it was romance. Maybe it was a chance on love that maybe you took. And there's could be some kind of cleansing with that for somebody. This is reminding me of the fire horse. This Knight of Wands. Adventure, passion, right? Pursuit. What are you in pursuit of? Love? Awakening. Pursuit of awakening. I don't know what this card is in the tarot. This is the Muse. Maybe you want to look that up. The Muse Tarot, the Awakening card. And I feel like as soon as I saw these, I feel like maybe Spirit wants me to pull another card for this. It's a cloud. These all together? Yeah. Maybe somebody asked you that. Are you guys together? Somebody didn't know what to say. It's a climb. Or maybe you're coming to some kind of understanding about somebody. Could even be. Oh, here feeling overheated again. 15 minutes, not doing too bad, right? Cleansing. Messages. Maybe there's like an unbalance here with the, you know, because I feel like we did get it in reverse, right? This one too. Do you see how these just kind of plop down like that? Do we take them? No? Okay. Yeah, there's a transformation. We knew that. And healing. So that's what the care is for. You're healing and transforming at the same time. Yeah. Kind of feels like that. The purr and the teeth. Maybe there's something going on with somebody's teeth. Healing, it could even just be healing from love or some kind of messy situation, right? Cleansing, like the horse cleansing those hooves of his where he stepped. Maybe you didn't mean to, right? That you didn't mean to trespass into an area, right? Something like that. Bottlenose. Bottlenose. Something becoming the in and the out, where the liquid comes in and the liquid comes out. The emotions are in and the emotions are come out. Like when you pour from the bottle. Is it a fish? Did we have fish? I don't know. Was that one word? It's one that was. It's like, don't do that. That's cheating. I wanted to reach in there and look. Do we have the word fish? Maybe the way it was typed in. I don't know. Bottlenose. But it's making me think of... It kind of is making me think of bottlenose fish too. But I don't know anything about bottlenose fish. The fish. With the emotions going in and the emotions going out. A bottlenose. Usually in like, they make me think of wine or some alcohol, like a drink. What about it? What about the bottlenose? Okay. Got me on that one. Did they have the word fish in there? I don't know. Maybe you meant bottlenose fish. I don't know. Rebirth. Oh, the in and the out. The birth canal. Well, yeah. It was like the in and the out. Yeah, well, I mean, how do you make babies, right? So, yeah. The bottlenose. Yeah, the birthing process. Maybe somebody's making a child or having a child. But this is like your rebirth, right? We have death and rebirth. Yeah. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. It's reminding me of that slide. The slide when you go up and when you go down the slide, up the slide. The choosing of something. Somebody could be starting something new, a new adventure, for sure, in life. There's a lot of leveling up. So maybe somebody is having a child. The Two of Voices, which is the Two of Swords, and the Magician. So you're not sure, like, a choice with the Magician. You're not sure what to create. Not sure what to do with maybe these skills. Look at these. Look at the scales. The tools. You might want to look into the reading. Was it the April reading? Yeah, the one that's being posted today also. I'm not sure maybe what to do with all these skills and tools you've been given, right? Why is it a difficult choice? Maybe because she has sand on her arm. And she's, yeah, so maybe she's like stalling. Maybe you're doing a lot of, maybe, because this was in the reverse, maybe there was a lot of, or because it was in the reverse, right? So maybe, yeah, and then the being stuck on the arm, the sand, like maybe, yeah, there's like a cleaning, like a residual, okay? A residual leftover of a cleansing that maybe needs to be cleared to move on. I feel like you got this down, though. Like, whatever these tools are, experiences, whatever you've mastered in this realm, I feel like you're moving to master the material realm, especially with the Magician coming through. But you're not quite ready to walk through for some reason. Maybe you are. It's just like, maybe we, you know, just kind of give the illusion, right? Maybe you're not quite. I feel like my reading is definitely meant for you guys. If you feel very connected to this reading, but it was about those tools. It was definitely about the tools. So you're gonna want to watch the reading. It should be posted before this, but it's posted today also. What else would you like them to do? Jellyfish. There's the fish. I knew there's something about a fish. Something. Jellyfish and sage. So you could be going from, like, it's reminding me of the jellyfish card from this Wild Mystic Oracle deck. So there's something about the jellyfish. What is it? Intention? Yeah. You wouldn't think jellyfish are very intentional, but they are. Let's look into the jellyfish. First of all, let's pull the card to see if the jellyfish pops through. Okay. Yeah. Oop. This is that choosing. Okay. And the intention. And then the sage is like, what is the sage? Like a wise. Does somebody cleanse with sage? Maybe you're going to want to cleanse with sage. Okay. I don't always do that, but maybe I want to. Maybe sometimes you feel called to do certain things, and maybe sometimes you're just like, you know. After last night, I might just do a little saging. Because that was weird. Honestly, I thought I was hallucinating. Maybe half asleep, half awake. And now I'm being reminded because I can feel the energy of Spirit just saying, like, look, if you don't want to experience that, then stop talking about it, right? Yes. Oh, shoot. Yeah, see how I had it over here. I was trying to get a handle of it, and it just slipped through. Now it made a mess. So there's something about that. And the fear card. The fear card. Yeah. Don't communicate fear. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't communicate. It's in reverse too. It's like, Spirit's like, come on. You have all these tools. I give you these gifts. Are you going to use them correctly or not? That's what Spirit's like trying to tell me right now. Okay, okay, okay. So it's like, be intentional, right? Be wise with the sage. Cleanse your energy. I feel like cleansing, to be honest with you, cleansing is like just acknowledgement. Okay, we have freedom. Yeah, it's what gives you, where did these go? Where is this? Saturn and, like something's missing. Was it Saturn and bottlenose together? Did we knock one of these somewhere? Her teeth, flight messages, Saturn. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting cold again. So so me getting cold and hot, cold and hot. So it's like something's not balanced. Something feels off. Something is uncomfortable. Something like that. Maybe you're cold. You're off and on. Jellyfish sage. Intention is finding your intention. Like, make up your mind. Yeah, me. Like, it's me with this freaking. I'm not doing it though. I feel like I'm not doing it. Like, my HVAC is off. So there's, okay, you're getting older. Sage. It's like making me think of myself now as I'm getting older as a woman, you know. Maybe you feel like you're getting older, or maybe you feel like you're running out of time, the time coming through, right? That was coming through. But it's 210. Something about 210. That was coming through. 210. It's funny that these are children's. They're just cut up like cards from children's. Oh, and I was teaching my kids another language. So yeah, maybe it's like learning something new at an older age. Okay, maybe you feel like, yeah, maybe you feel like you're running out of time, or you should know this. But I feel like we're always learning. But I do feel like there's this push from Spirit, kind of like it's like a nudge. Hello. Are you gonna get intentional with this stuff? I gave you these gifts for a reason, right? So it's like this cleansing, this dusting off, shake off the sand in your hair from lying about, right? And maybe it's being a little more intentional. It's being more intentional. Okay. Anything else for it? Yeah, quantum, it's a unit, like, right? A unit of measure, lightning. It's a specific unit, like, of activation that's coming through. Let's hold these here. Do we have room? Can we see them? A unit of measure. I'm gonna put this here. A unit of measure. Lightning. It's making me think of the Tower card. Activated. So it's like something very, I want to say like finite and like the smallest unit. But it matters so much. Something like that. It matters so much. And maybe you think of this, or whatever area this is, as like small, like I don't have to think about it or do anything about it or something like that. But maybe it's like this web looks so easy to cleanse too. But there's something about how she's freaking me out with them eyeballs, like she could open them. and just look at me, you know. I'm just gonna cover them up. It's freaking me out a little bit. But it's an easy process. Dusting the cobwebs. Where is this going? What the heck? Spirit. And this one, do we take it? I don't know. A strength. Strength cards in reverse also. And the Four of Cups. This came through in yesterday's reading. Or is it today's reading? It's either, I did the reading yesterday. It's either coming out today or this is, yeah. But the Four of Cups. Contemplating. This is your state. This is a state that you hold, okay? To have a strength, right? It's kind of like taming this, basically. You see how she's sitting on the lion's head? Taming. It's an invisible, like, rope that she has. No one knows. It's under the surface. Like, no one knows, and within the spiritual realm, she rides this lion. Right? Of strength. And sometimes no strength. Because it was in reverse. So you could be feeling, this is you. Sometimes you feel this way and sometimes you feel that way. Sometimes you feel like you're in control of your emotions and sometimes you feel like you're not in control of your emotions. And that really changes that experience, what we feel, the on and off, the hot and cold, the I'm on it or I'm off. Why is this happening? Where did this come from? Why, oh, you know, you trespassed into some area. Wandered, more like it. Wandered. And if you're inward, and your inward is coming off with that 3, the inward energy of, because there's people who see signs, as I was explaining the other day. It should be on the channel today, but the 3s, you either see, there's the people that don't see signs, the people that do see signs, and then there's the person who sees the whole picture, sees the people who don't see and sees the people who do see, and they can kind of like, it's a more, it's an outer view. It's a grander view, it's a bigger view. It's more of a knowing the sign. So like so even the signs, like people who get signs and synchronicities, like I said, it's people that see, people that don't. But then there's more, it's like see and understand, like knowing. You understand it. It's more of a knowing. You don't rely on just signs. You don't rely on following it like a trail. Okay, you see the benefits, but you're learning to harness the signs more as like this right here. I think that's what you're learning, is mastering this material realm. What you're doing with the signs, because you could be somebody who sees so many of them and you're just not quite sure what they mean, where they're leading you. But Spirit's saying they don't lead you, you lead them. That's why sometimes they seem so like, oh, this sign and that sign. Once you realize this is going to be like a breath of fresh air, this is like from yesterday. So this no wonder, because that unfurled was coming through also in one of the messages. So I'm not sure who submitted unfurl. Yeah. Mirage. Yeah. Like, what's a mirage? What's not a mirage? What's real, what's not real. So, like, this is like part of that leveling up too. So, yeah, like, because sometimes we see things or experience things and we do a little too much contemplating on it, or we spend a little more time than we need to in that area. Or like, you know, this part of Saturn are lessons, you know, and we're like, why? Instead of getting stuck on it and then that whatever we honed in on kind of branches off itself into its own like branch, and right, but we forget that branch is part of the whole tree. It's just part of the tree. It's kind of, you've kind of got lost in that bush of a branch. Right, let's make some more space here. Yeah, you got lost in the bush of the branch. Sometimes that can become scary too, you know? Like, maybe you can psych yourself out, freak yourself out. That's where the cleansing comes in. Like, remembering, like, we don't have to take some certain things so seriously, right? We don't have to. It's our experience. We don't have to, you know? Why was I visited by this, you know? Or why did I experience that? Oh, shoot, I walked into, like, the trespass energy. I walked into something that, you know what? That's not for me. I'm not, and that's your choosing, right? You get to choose that. It doesn't make you more of a, yeah. I was like, is this supposed to describe a warrior or anything? Then, you know, fractal integration. Trumpets, like, coming off as like warnings of this like quantum fractal experiences. Separate, yeah. You can separate yourself. That's like warning signs. These bits and pieces, we get to choose, right? I think that was coming through in the reading before this too. Like it was from here. Let's say it was the spirits, like, show them the fractal integration, like integrating oh no. What is that song coming through? Lambada. It's the stupidest movie. Okay, so fractal, it was this card. Purify desires, burn away old patterns to make room for new possibilities, welcome opportunities. So the word possibilities and opportunities are kind of giving me that fractal integration, the quantum, like these pieces, these units, the pieces of the whole, right? Yeah, we do that sometimes here. We don't even shuffle, we dig through and we pull the card. Welcome to the Oracle Light Tarot. Okay. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Purifying. It's definitely coming through as that. Purifying. You deciding. You see how it's a branch. Or it's a tree. Feels like a branch. Like you took a branch off a tree. But it's kind of going through and purifying, and then with his passion, with his desires, he's releasing these leaves here of what no longer serves. You're welcoming to the new opportunities, but you're kind of weeding through, separating what kind of like announces, stands out, the trumpets. You're separating, right? It's like I said, it's your experience, right? You get to experience what you want, the way you want. And I feel like this leveling up that I was talking about in the previous reading, and I think is the 2 previous readings, but this is your tools. You were given these tools, you're mastering this. I feel like this is your level up. You're mastering the material now, the material world. And so part of that is leaving like what no longer serves you, cleansing that from your energy. Okay? Or even I feel like it's like I'm seeing something go poof. You know, as soon as you realize, like, there was nothing else you needed to do other than just, like, realize something. Maybe it's something that scared you, okay, or held a lot of power over you. And now you hold that power over it, okay? Almost don't even know what to do with the hands. Wow, it's a long reading, guys. Thank you for sticking through. What else, Spirit? What else is the message? What else? Steady. License. Steady drive. Steady. Yeah, it's like when you first get your license. I'm laughing because I'm kind of going through this with my children. See, like, you're not going to want to just, like, you know, like, you're not a professional driver right off the bat, right? You're even after you have your license, I feel like you learned how to drive, you have your license, there's still like a lot of learning, right? There's still learning to do. It's navigating the streets, being familiar. I guess there's also certain rules sometimes, right? When people, especially when younger people get their license, they can't have anybody else who's young. I think it's a certain age. I gotta look it up. In their car for like the first couple months. I think it's like 6 months or something like that. Or they're not allowed to drive after a certain time. Like at night. So it's gonna feel like that. It's gonna feel like a familiarizing yourself with like mirages. It's like a familiarizing. It's becoming more pro. Like I feel like you've already pro'd, like, if that makes sense. Like you've already leveled up, right? You're already like, but now at this new level, every level has its like learning. Even though you're like, I was given the license, I was given the tools. I'm experiencing the magic. Right? But now it's like, now you're like, it's really fun, actually. That's coming through. It's like, now you have the license to drive, right? You don't need anybody else in the car with you. So there's something about that. Right? It's just different. I don't know. Think about what it's like to drive for the first time by yourself. You know, freedom. There we go. There we go. It's a new kind of freedom. It's a new kind of freedom. That's what it is. You're learning, because this is a freedom card. You can't see. Can you see? Yeah. So you're still learning even though you have like this freedom, right? I don't know why I felt called to shuffle. Balance and disguise. Blending in. Blending in. To keep safe. Disguise. Balance. Oh, you're so colorful. You're so colorful. Like, there's so much I want to do with all this magic. With my tools. And so it's like balance. Balance, my child. Yeah. But you're like, see how she's stretching? So you're doing a lot of stretching. There's a lot of growth taking place. And this leveling up. And it's coming off as like with Gemini, it's like you're getting to see like different sides of yourself, things that you maybe just didn't stand out so much. Maybe you didn't worry about it, or I don't think you should worry about it, but I'm saying like maybe something in that crawl space of your mind, you know, maybe you put something off, and you're like, I don't need to deal with that. It's all right. So, and maybe the balance, they're showing you something about that. It's because the Justice was in reverse. Karmic consequences, right? Yeah. So be very I want to use the word respectful of the tools. I feel like you are. I feel like you will be. Of this magic. Yeah. But Spirit wants you to know that. And then also the mirage. Things aren't always what they seem, aren't always what they look like, right? So this almost looks like an eyeball. Like you're able to see that. It's not an eyeball. That's a chameleon. Seeing things for what they are. Okay. Spirit wants to remind you of that. To be aware of your knowing. Yeah, it's coming off with the signs again. Yeah. The knowing. Be aware of your knowing. It was like me explaining, if you want to watch the reading before this, when I was backing out of my driveway. And I think I actually like, I think that was the part where I felt like I did a disservice, because I think I said that. I feel like I'm doing, was that that reading or the reading before there? I don't know. Like a disservice. The energy for that reading, because of me trying to explain it, the knowing. Like, listen to your knowing. That comes first and foremost. Like, really learn to listen to yourself and not things outside of yourself. We get signs, we sync. The synchronicities, I think I explained this the other day, are showing you, are like mirroring your inner you. Okay, the synchronicities are a mirror. Okay, so they show you, right, what you're holding inside of yourself, right? That's this energy. And the Strength card is, that's you reigning it. Having control of that lion inside of you, right? The purr of the teeth is coming through. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's that lion energy. The purr or the teeth. But the signs are like signs. Like, the sign is showing you something. And how my instinct, I saw the sign. I saw the sign. Hold on. And it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. And then I questioned something, right? You're gonna have to go watch the video. It's before this, but there's a lot to it. But I questioned because there was a sign, a construction sign. I was backing out of my driveway, and it was down, I could see it down the street. And I thought, oh, and it said, I don't know, it said construction ahead or road work ahead or something like that. And I decided, oh, well, I'll go that way anyways. I don't know, maybe because I was comfortable, because that's my route. And And I questioned. I should have just listened. There was a sign. I should have just listened to it. My knowing was even telling me, like, no, don't go down that way. It's probably a mess down there. Right? So I was like listening to that. But anyway, you're going to want to watch that video. Yeah, I didn't listen to my knowing. I didn't listen to the sign. Right? So maybe there's somebody getting like synchronicities and signs confused with each other. Okay? But the synchronicities are you showing your inner. So like, let's another one. I'm gonna have 2 more after this. A long reading, guys. Thunder. Athena. I didn't know anything about Athena. She's an Olympian deity. Born fully grown from Zeus's forehead. Okay? I had to look this up. She represents like intellect and wisdom. I'm looking at my notes. Civilization, protector of heroes. Protector of heroes. It's so weird because I thought, right? I had my phone on when I was making my coffee. I forget who was on. But she was talking about how the heroes, I don't know, she does astrology too, but how the heroes are gonna fall. And we're gonna see through their thunder. Isn't Thor, is thunder Thor, is he lightning or thunder? Maybe Thor's coming through with this reading too. Maybe you know something about Thor. It's making me think of that Tower card and the Muse Tarot. Some kind of revelation. Maybe you're learning about being strategic or like disciplined here. She's also the goddess of weaving and pottery, so it's making me think of like, yeah, like you're able to weave like this experience, like tighter, stronger, right? Protected from thunder, protected. Lightning and the thunder. Like you're able to weave something that helps you feel more stable, protected. It's definitely coming through for that. The owl. You could be seeing owls. There's owls mean something to you. Olive trees. I think she was the... something about the first olive tree in Athens. She's like a patron of Athens. Her mother is Metis. Metis or Metis? Oh. Ew. Kindness. Reveal. Kindness. Reveal. Is that the badger? Kindness. Is she? Did I write down kindness? Doesn't say she's known for her kindness. Strategic. Goddess discipline, strategic wisdom, olive tree, prosperity. I guess that's pretty kind. Reveal. What do we want to know about that, Spirit? I feel like I need to read the reveal card. That's the badger. The badger. Card represents a revelation. Yeah. Didn't I say that? Revelation with the thunder. Where are you at? Thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Oh, here we go. Athena and the thunder. So a revelation of kindness. A revelation and uncovering hidden truths. As creatures burrow deep into the earth, they seek to reveal food, warmth, solitude, or protection. Burrowing creatures have long been associated with treasure hunting or delving for secrets. So maybe that's where Athena comes in. Maybe you're very into that, right? The deities, the gods, the heroes. Burrowing creatures have long been associated with treasure hunting or delving for secrets. The earth is also the final resting place for many creatures, including humans, and delving underground may also be associated with revelations about life and death. Death and rebirth. Okay, yeah. So this card urges you to dig deep and find the answer you seek. Kindness. Badgers deep within the earth to create large sets to house themselves. Badgers sets sometimes damage or destroy building foundations, farmland, and riverbanks. They can alter the course of the hedgerows and boundary lines. This card may be seen as a stubborn and relentless determination to dig, a headstrong hunt for truth and darkness without thought for the disruption such unearthed truth might cause. So, like, to have kindness, maybe you're looking for something, and kindness really is what you're looking for. I feel like maybe somebody, yeah, it's like this tools. I feel like Spirit's like you were given so many tools already. So many tools already. So kindness is a big part of, like, in connections. Let's see how we have this, like, chains, the connections with this heart pendant. So the heart's definitely giving the reading with the heart that we're coming through with the keys and the lock. So that might, looking for secrets. So that reading is really calling you right now. I feel like it's standing out for sure. I felt a lot of connection to these words and that reading that just so happened to come out. Cafe, unencumbered, like, what is unencumbered? Unencumbered, unbothered by debt or something, right? No debt. Cafe. Unbothered. Undebt. Maybe you don't want to feel connected to others, or maybe you don't want to be burdened by owing someone something. Maybe your time, your energy. Maybe just get coffee. Keep it like that. I don't know what's happening. Defend. It's like the protect. It's a balance to protect yourself. Could be Scorpio. A balance to protect yourself. What did I say? Protect yourself. Defend. Well, defend and protect yourself. Without teeth. What is that noise? Sorry, that's just an HVAC draining. Teeth. The teeth. With kindness. Protect with kindness. You can protect yourself with kindness. It's disciplined. It's like strategic. So like Athena is like strategic, disciplined war, right? Civilization protector of heroes. Intellect, justice. Just reading through the words. Wisdom. The olive tree, peace and prosperity. A shield bearing Gorgon's head. Sacred. Yeah, it's the weaving. So the weaving of this. Do we get the last one? That was the last one. The sacred. There's on this forehead. Creation. You're creating something very sacred. It is always, I guess, a sacred creation, but she's the goddess of weaving and pottery. It's giving that bottle nose. So protecting your emotions in this more of a protection, right? Only there's something about only sting when if you have to. If you have to, right? If you have to. So there's something about like sometimes we feel it's like brave of us to delve into certain energies or space or travel, trespass, right? But Spirit's saying, like, protect yourself. There's a balance here. Know the what's a mirage, right? Know the mirage. Always carry your knowing. So it's like a combination, right? I feel like we can't always be like in that energy of always looking for signs or seeing signs or feeling like we're being led somewhere, right? There's times when we need to be just giving that to know when and when not to, right? Something like that coming through. And that's part of that sage energy. You know? So I feel like you're learning that. You're able to use the tools, right? But we don't always have to play the game. We can enjoy the game. The pit stops and the breaks and the laughter and it doesn't always have to be serious work, because sometimes I feel like we could take this work very seriously, you know, because it is sacred. So we do take it seriously. But I feel like this level up is bringing like you to this more balanced state and understanding, and whatever is needing to be cleared away, it's like very like, look how easy it would be just to kind of like wipe up that little like weaved web there. That's kind of, it's done, it was there, it was useful, it did its job, and now it's time to cleanse. Yeah. And break free from that. It's giving that energy. Break free from that energy of like, it's almost like that seriousness. Gosh, you know, and I feel like when I'm like in a certain states of play and of, if I don't allow myself to to go so serious. It's so beautiful, the experience. It's so much fun. Yeah. So there's something about that coming through for you. It's so much fun. And I just realized, what are those? I wanted to look like little pins on them, like don't they look like little, like those pins that you would pinpoint on a map, like, you know, where you've been on a map, right? Those little pins. So there's something about, maybe someone's been keeping track where they've been. I don't know. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that this made sense. You guys picked some awesome words. And I just want to say I'm very thankful to you guys for showing up and showing out and providing these words for today's word reading. It's just amazing. And I really do appreciate you guys so much. And I'm so thankful to you guys. And most of all, I hope that this reading made sense and it was helpful to you in some way. Yeah, if you like this reading, you feel like giving it a thumbs up or subscribing if you're new here, please do. But I just want to say thank you one last time, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, have a great full moon. Bye.